Puka Nacua is out at minimum of 4 weeks with the PCL injury. We're going to go over all the impact of that. Not to celebrate injury. We're not doing that because of that. We're celebrating Cooper Kupp, who is a straight up league winner. And congrats to everybody that owns Cooper Kupp. Of course, prayers up for Nacua. We can chew gum and walk at the same time. But Cooper Kupp's going to the moon.
Let him cook. He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars Man.
Look at that beautiful Mars Man. The Fantasy Football Show News Edition. The breaking news Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday edition. The Deshaun Watson back in news, and his contract is potentially in jeopardy of being voided. What a convenient thing too, because this team is a mess and Deshaun Watson is garbage, like I've said for years. We've got that news. We've got Kadarius Toney news. We've got Devon Achane news. People worried about his injury. We'll talk about his ankle. I'll spoil it for you. Not expected to be a big deal. So for all the people that want to come in and hate on Achane over and over and over and over, just keep doing it. I don't care. You think whatever you want. Convince yourself that Achane's garbage and just keep looking and trying to say, oh, there it is. That's the reason why I don't like Achane. Do whatever you want. We'll keep winning. You keep doubting. We'll keep winning. We'll keep winning. You keep getting us coffee. Okay, that show begins right now. Dial on in very soon. Super chats. Let's hit the news first.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So, please drop a Cooper Kupp emoji in the live chat. Drop a Devon Achane emoji while you're at it, but drop a Cooper Kupp emoji in the live chat because he's going to the moon. Now, on a somber note, not a note of celebration whatsoever. These are two very different things. The celebrating of a man who's taking you to a championship in Cooper Kupp is different than celebrating injury. We're not doing that. We're just letting you know where we stand here. The Rams will be placing Puka Nacua on IR with a PCL injury, and he's out a minimum of 4 games on IR. But I will say he's probably out a lot longer than that. Here's the knee. In the middle of the knee, which you can see on the back of the model, the ACL and PCL are not in the back of the knee, but the model shows it that way. This is your ACL and your PCL that cross each other. And they're designed to keep the knee, one, from going off of the shelf, so to speak, right? To go off and buckle. And the other one's designed to do the other direction. So it keeps the knee joint tight. Tearing your PCL is a little different than tearing your ACL, but in the same sort of way, they hold the knee together tight. And he has a PCL injury, not a complete tear. He's obviously going to get further testing on it, get some looks at it, and maybe this thing progressively gets worse. Not the injury, but the news of it, the expectation of what's going to happen. There's still a lot to come down news-wise on this, but it still could be a 4-week, 5-week situation. This is unfortunate, but this is kind of expected. And you could say, Smitty, you can't predict. We do, and we do all the time. And the problem with Puka Nacua, as we stated all offseason long on this channel, he's the most aggressive player when it comes to treating his body in the NFL. He's the most aggressive player to his own health, his own body. And I admire him for this quality and characteristic. But he's putting his body in jeopardy every single time he catches the ball. He lays his body out like no other player I've ever seen. He lands on his arms constantly. He bangs his knees around on the ground as he's in the air mid-flight grabbing a football, and you see his knees just hit the ground and just flop all over the place. He is an injury-prone player. He will always be an injury-prone player. he will be a walking injury his entire career. Doesn't mean he won't be amazing when he's on the field, but what we need to understand about McVay is the reason even Cooper Kupp, for the most part, is going nuts right now and will continue to go nuts because McVay's offense is just that. It's a fantasy football machine. And Cooper Kupp, not saying he's not great in his own right, but he is a part of this machine, and he is going to produce because of McVay. Whittington or Demarcus Robinson, maybe the Tyler Johnson character, one of those guys is also going to eat because of McVay. Because of McVay. So we need to make sure we're 100% in aware. We've got a big surprise tonight. No CMC. Good Lord. This was something that we feared and we talked about a lot, and everybody kept saying, he's playing. You're crazy, Smitty. He's playing. CMC's out. This just coming in. Christian McCaffrey is out for week number 1 Monday Night Football here against the Jets. Change your picks maybe to the New York Jets to win this game, because this is going to change everything. Without Christian McCaffrey, with a limited Brandon Ayuk, this might be a very, very tough outing for the San Francisco 49ers. Let me put this breaking news on screen. This just coming in from Ian Rappaport. Wow. Just when I start the live stream. Big surprise tonight, no CMC. A surprise. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey is inactive tonight against the Jets. Sources tell me McCaffrey was listed as questionable after being limited in practice last week with a calf Achilles injuries. McCaffrey has expressed confidence he would play. This is what we heard out of Higgins. How do you feel, Higgins? I feel fantastic. I'm going to play football. Higgins didn't play. Higgins, obviously, more hurt than he's letting on. Christian McCaffrey, you going to play? Yeah, I feel fine. I'd play if it was today. I'm going to play. Everyone's being a little more cautious with the situation. Now Christian McCaffrey's not playing. Jeez. Blaze, I don't think you're in the know right now with the news. Blaze says Ayuk to the moon. He's limited, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing back there, Blaze? Man, I don't know. 49er King giving me some props. This guy, I feel like you don't always give me props, so this is kind of unusual. Smitty, credit to you, man. You called this. We know our avoids this year have been, except for Mixon. I take my lap on Mixon. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. J.K. Dobbins and Mixon so far, I feel like I'm wrong on those. Just coming out of week 1, though. I don't think long term. I think the story is still, to be told. The reason I say I'm wrong on them is because you could have drafted them, played them for a while, then traded them. So I'm going to consider myself wrong. I'll take the L on that. But we have had some of the best don't draft calls on this channel. Jordan Mason to the moon. Get Jordan Mason in your lineups. Let me get a hold of Miss Smitty and tell her to switch the pick in her work pick'em league. Switch to have Jets win real quick. In Miss Smitty's work league. McCaffrey, I don't even know if she knows who he is out. So pick the Jets. Thanks. I try and help her dominate. We're 13-2 in our work league. We're 13-2 so far this week. Let's make it 14-2. Let's make it 14-2.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Anyway, CMC out. Jordan Mason, get him in your lineups. If any of you had Christian McCaffrey and you don't have Jordan Mason, I feel bad for you. I will try and help you for sure, but this cup board's been here for a reason. There's a reason we're hammering home the Garendo, Mason, McCaffrey trio. If you have McCaffrey and you tell me, Smitty, I just couldn't cuff and hold that many running backs for one position, then you shouldn't have been drafting a running back like Christian McCaffrey, who's 28, who has a calf/Achilles injury walking into week 1. You had no business doing that if you didn't have the ability to have the bench depth to have this situation locked down. So I would say that, that's I wish I could give you some solutions, but you should have had Mason. If you have Mason and McCaffrey, you're pretty decent in a way because you just throw Mason right in there. It's a shame if you had some sort of option on Sunday. McCaffrey kept saying he'd play. I didn't really think he would necessarily be as big of a lock as he was suggesting. Just like Higgins says he was going to play, and Higgins was not a lock at all, obviously, because he didn't play. It feels like we're being misled by these players. I feel like players are not telling us how injured they are, and a guy like Christian McCaffrey made everybody think he was going to play, and now he's not going to play. Now, he could maybe say, hey, the team decided to do this, I wanted to play, but why do you think the team's doing that? Because they want to make sure this calf injury that's not going away, that it could be a beginning stages of some sort of Achilles injury, because it is designated a calf Achilles, meaning that here's the knee, here's the top part of the calf, it goes down into the calf where the calf kind of meets the Achilles, and when you have soreness there and you can't really distinguish if it's calf or Achilles or half calf, half Achilles, you can designate it an Achilles/calf injury. And that usually can be a precursor to a potential Achilles tear, as in the case of Aaron Rodgers, who was wearing a sleeve, if you remember back before he tore his Achilles last year. He had a sleeve. We kept worrying about the calf injury. Joe Burrow had a calf injury. They were really worried about that. Always a concern. If it's an upper calf injury, like I believe Joe Burrow's was, there's less of an Achilles risk. If it's a lower calf injury, that is where the calf meets the Achilles, so there's tremendous risk, especially when you're 28 years old and you have a huge injury history like Christian McCaffrey. And the last time Christian McCaffrey was fed the amount of work he was fed last year, he missed 2 seasons back in Carolina. And now he's starting off the year. He ended the year injured because I had him. And I had about $30,000 on the line on an underdog big board draft where I had Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara, and I was fighting for first place, and I was bouncing around. At one point, I showed the screenshot. I was winning $30K at the moment. Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara both sat out the second half of Week 17, and I plummeted down to about. I got $1,500 in that draft, but I plummeted down to $1,500 from $30,000. You might say, Smitty, this sounds like a biased take. You're just bent out of shape because McCaffrey burned you. You're damn right I'm upset about McCaffrey burning me. You're damn right. I'm not hiding that. I'm not hiding that, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong in saying we've got to worry about McCaffrey the rest of the season. Just because I'm biased or burned doesn't mean I'm wrong. Doesn't mean what I'm saying isn't rooted in tremendous logic. And he ended the season injured. He's starting the season injured. He's 28 years old. He's missed 2 full seasons practically in a row for injuries. And we're not worried because he's Christian McCaffrey. How long do you think that's going to last? At some point, the shoe drops. At some point, the top dog falls. And we might be seeing that happen here. We're watching one top dog rise in Cooper Kupp. We're watching another one potentially fall. Maybe he's electric and elite every game he plays. Maybe he comes back in week 2, and this is a very, 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 very precautionary move, a tough matchup. They want to make sure he's good for the rest of the season, and maybe he balls out from week 2 until week 17. Very possible, but there's a lot of risk here. A lot of risk here. So if you have got Mason, put him in your lineup. This is awful news. This hits hard for a lot of people that have Christian McCaffrey tonight. This hits hard for people that don't, even worse, for people that don't have it properly backed up, like we've been telling you to do all offseason long. Puka Nacua out 4 weeks. Christian McCaffrey out week 1. Monday Night Football kicking off here soon. The Jets are probably going to win this game now because they got a limited Ayuk. No Christian McCaffrey. Trent Williams has been holding out all offseasons, coming back. Maybe he's getting banged up in this game. My prediction, unfortunately, I'm not a Niner hater. You guys know I love Niner players. I'm very anti-Kyle Shanahan, the way he operates and abuses his players and mismanages his contracts in the offseason. I don't care how good of an OC is. I still judge him for all those things. You could call me a Shanny hater all you want. I am not a Niner player hater. Okay, because we've had Deebo Samuel on the Moon Man list for 3 straight years in a row. I love Deebo Samuel. Ayuk, ASU grad. Ayuk, ASU grad. Love Ayuk. I'm the one that said to Niner fans in Raj's live stream with 600 or 700 people in it, I said, you guys should draft Brandon Ayuk. Everybody in there's like, who? Who? I love Brandon Ayuk. But I'm telling you, my gut tells me the Niners are going to be riddled with injuries this season. I think Trent Williams holding out, it's not going to be good for him and his ability to stay on the field all year. Christian McCaffrey, 28 years old, not his fault. He's done his job. He's done his job year after year after year. Ayuk holding out all offseason long is going to open himself up to injuries. I hope Debo stays healthy. I love Debo this year. We love Debo. We told you.
The Moon Man.
We told you.
Dropping loads in outer space.
Sorry, Marsman.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
Right next to, who's that? Bunk beds. Push the bunk beds together. More room for activities.
Dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
I love Debo Samuel, but there is risk that Debo, with the mileage that he has, the fact that when McCaffrey's out, they run Debo more mileage gets added. It's a concern. Okay, the Niners fending off injuries, and then you got offensive line problems to begin with, and Brock Purdy running for his life. Brock Purdy getting injured, that's it. You got to keep him healthy and protect him. Cooper Kupp, okay, so Nacua out 4 weeks minimum, probably more, and he's just a walking injury, I think, at this point. I really think Puka Nacua is going to have a tough time staying healthy. As we mentioned, we've got, let me CMC's out, obviously. It's right on screen. Cooper Kupp going to the mother freaking moon. Cooper Kupp going to Saturn. Cooper Kupp might be a Saturn man. If we were able to redo it, he'd be a Saturn man.
To Saturn.
He's also a revenge tour candidate right here. Garrett Wilson. Cooper Kupp. Tank Dell is... Tank Dell's not only going to have revenge on 2023, but he's going to have a revenge on 2024 week 1. Kyler Murray looking fantastic. The Revenge Tour group looks amazing. Look at this group. Look at this. Musgrave is so far a miss, but it's very early. McLaurin, everyone's going to write McLaurin off. Just wait until week 2. Joe Burrow, he'll bounce back at some point, but good God, this guy always starts off slow. Bijan and the Falcons, they will be in their bag. Trust me, this corner group over here, the obvious, that didn't necessarily all of them ball out. Stevenson and AR5 did, but this group is going to become obvious. I promise you that. A big majority of them. People freaking out on Falcons players. People freaking out on McLaurin. It's going to be a long season, but look at this group right here. Garrett Wilson, number 1 Revenge Tour candidate. Going to ball out. This guy, Cooper Kupp, number 2 Revenge Tour candidate. Going to ball out. What an amazing looking group of Revenge Tour candidates. Very proud of the Moon Men, Mars Men, Saturn Men Revenge Tour. I mean, honestly, this looks so beautiful right now. And then we go over to the Mars Men list.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
I mean, it's so
Mars
early.
Men.
People panicking on Kincaid, it's laughable. Barkley exploding.
Loads
Pacheco,
dropping
Kupp,
and spinning aimlessly in space.
AR5. Buy McBride right now. McBride was like I think it was McBride was 90%, 90 or 95% of route participation. Like, do you think this guy's not going to be an electric elite player this year? Give me a break. Kincaid's going to go nuts. Buy low on McBride and Kincaid. I have a buy low video that talks about this very same thing. Go watch it. Do it live. Cooper Kupp going to the moon. Deshaun Watson, what a mess. What a mess. This situation, it's kind of good timing for the Browns, to be honest with you, because Watson is not it. And I've said this for how long here? 3 years now? I've said this. Watson's trash. He's trash. And you got Browns fans that come in and try and defend it. This will be the year. You'll see he looked like garbage in week number 1. Absolute garbage. And this is a situation where, and I'll read this report, quote from Pro Football Talk, and I've talked about this before in the past when we covered Deshaun Watson, that if anything pops back up from the past that's related to any of the cases that were from the past, that they can't void his contract if those cases are known. But if a new case emerges, they could void his contract. And so this here says, quote from Pro Football Talk on a new sexual assault case against Browns QB Deshaun Watson. This is from Pro Football Talk via JP Football. This new case raises plenty of issues from the standpoint of the league and the Browns. It's possible that Watson could be subject to further scrutiny under the personal conduct policy. It's also possible that a suspension, if one is imposed, could give the Browns a path toward voiding the remaining salary guarantees and ending the relationship, making him a cut candidate. This guy, the Browns want nothing more at this point than to get their money, as much money back as they can, and to move on. Deshaun Watson, a very strong release candidate, voided contract candidate if the NFL does take action. Now keep in mind, the NFL oftentimes will wait until the legal process plays itself out. But there are situations where they'll put a player on the commissioner exempt list paid. There are extenuating circumstances that might have them act earlier, especially in a sexual assault case where there might be enough evidence that the NFL deems to be jury and executioner in terms of what they're going to do for the organization. It's very possible that this situation unfolds differently than another situation where the NFL is usually by process going to wait until the legal thing takes its course. But this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what in the hell to think with this. We talk about this. We've talked about this so much before. I think we had almost 2,000 viewers in one moment, and about 1,500 viewers the entirety of the show when we did the Deshaun Watson trade, and about 1,000 to 1,200 people in the live stream when we did the Deshaun Watson breaking news on his sexual assault case and all that. And now we're at 922 in the live stream. But I remember back then when we were a lot smaller, we were talking about this thing constantly, and people were rushing in, casting judgment, yelling at me, saying, "How dare you? This guy is totally, innocent, this, that, and the other." I'm not trying to condemn him. I'm not here to be the judge, jury, and executionist of this situation. I'm here to merely tell you what the news looks like, or what people are suggesting is going around news wires. So my assessment here is that Deshaun Watson is in jeopardy already of being the starting quarterback for this organization. If the Browns can find a way to get out of the contract, you better bet your bottom dollar they're going to try. Okay, so again, for anybody that doesn't know, this joining late, Christian McCaffrey is out for week number 1, and Jordan Mason needs to be started and activated, baby. Put him in your lineup if you got him. And those of you, like I did a bunch of underdog drafts week number. I did week 1 battle royales or whatever one that includes the Monday night game, and then I did some last night. I did about 15 Monday night football with week 2 Sunday or Thursday night football. So they have a nice little, I think it's called the I forget, the playbook or something like that. And there's another one on Underdog. Again, Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty, where you can do these weekly Best Ball Mania or Best Ball weekly contests, the Battle Royales. Go check it out. Click this link right here. The link will insert code Smitty for you, and they'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. You get like a free pick. It's awesome. Use the link. Do it live. But last night I drafted a bunch of Jordan Mason. I just said to myself, you know what? I just have a gut feeling Christian McCaffrey is not going to play, or if he does, he'll be very limited. So I did a bunch of best ball week 1/2 drafts for the Monday night and Thursday night games only. And I took Jordan Mason in about 7 of them as the last pick. And I hope those things go to the moon. I hope those things go to the moon. The Madden curse is back, says RK. It's a very good point. Very good point. Hit that link, by the way. The news is crazy. This news is insane. Okay, Watson, got that out of the way. Christian McCaffrey out for week number 1. Know that. If anybody's freaking out right now, I understand. But hopefully you got Jordan Mason. How could you not have Jordan Mason, though? How could you draft Christian McCaffrey? Jordan Mason was free. Someone tell me. Someone can call in and tell me how you left Jordan Mason out there, especially when we're constantly talking about Jordan Mason over and over and over. This is the Week 1 waiver show. This is the pre-Week 1 waiver wire show right here. So, he's on this list, in this conversation constantly. I don't understand how people wouldn't have, I see a lot of F-bombs in the chat, oh, F my life, all this stuff. How did you not have Jordan Mason? How did you not have Jordan Mason? How many times do I got to scream from the rooftops? How many times do I got to show this board right here over and over and over again? How could you possibly have drafted Christian McCaffrey and not have Jordan Mason and also possibly Garendo? Someone tell me. And I don't want to hear you got sniped because Mason was going so late. You didn't get sniped. You slept at the wheel. I can try and help you navigate it. I see Ralph. Ralph says I got sniped. You didn't get sniped. His value was so late, bro. You kicked the can down the road so far, someone grabbed them from you. You didn't snipe. No one sniped you. You slept at the wheel, Ralph. But I'd be glad to help you get out of it to the best of my ability. Okay, let's get to the Achane news because we got so many Achane haters. I love it. I hope this news makes a bunch of Achane haters hate him. I hope Dolphins list Devon Achane ankle and Raheem Mostert chest as did not participate on the estimated injury report today. Remember, this is an estimated injury report. This is they're estimating this is walkthrough stuff. And people are going to say, oh my God, I told you that Achane was injury prone. I told you Achane did work in week number 1. Achane was a monster. Achane got a little bit banged up, was not injured, but a little bit banged up. Everyone's saying, oh, he got hurt here, he got hurt there. He went back in, so his ankle's hurting him a little bit. They kept him out today. I mean, come on. If he's ruled out, then we'll be pissed. We'll come in here. We'll have a little party similar to this Christian McCaffrey, little upset, powwow. We'll be in here. We'll be a little bit upset. I'm not worried about it right now. This is did not participate in a estimated walkthrough. Yeah, Achane haters, keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Get us coffee. We told you.
Achane. Achane is the man.
Make it known, Achane haters. Make it known. Show everybody who you are.
Haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
Look at this guy, BR3.
Achane.
Achane
is the man.
Achane. Achane. 8 question marks. Oh man, guys, hey, Achane haters, here's the news. Let me put it big on screen for you so you can try and pretend to relish in this and just spread the hate. Tell everybody you know. Achane ankle and Mostert chest did not participate in the estimated injury report today. Tell everybody. Tell a friend, please. Make his value low. These Achane haters are unbelievable. They just sit. I think they sit at home all day just waiting for any sort of negative Achane news so they can just validate their bad take. Like, they want to be right so bad. They put so much into it, Like, they've dug a hole for so long. They're like, God, I got to look for something. Oh, ankle, an estimated walkthrough? Yes, that's what I needed. Kadarius Toney is signing with the Browns. This is another good signing. Browns are always just beating everybody to the punch. Deshaun Watson, nice work. Let's go get Kadarius Toney. In the same day that this news breaks. Malik Willis will start Sunday against the Colts, assuming Jordan Love isn't cleared. Of course, he won't be cleared, but don't think that Jordan Love won't be back after like 1 or 2 weeks of missed time. I told you guys this when it happened, that it's a 3 to 4 week injury. But this is a young, hungry kid that wants to prove everyone right. He'll probably heal very quickly. There'll be a storyline of, this guy healed like it's a pain tolerance issue at this point. Doctors cleared him and said they couldn't make it worse. It's all pain, and Jordan Love's going to go out there and be a soldier. Don't be surprised if he misses 1 or maybe 2 games. I'm not saying it's a for sure thing, but I can envision it. I can see it. I went to the mountaintops last night and got a premonition and a vision that Jordan Love probably will be back earlier than the estimated timetable. So take that for what it's worth. This one right here, that was the same news report. Where was it? Oh, this one right here. Ferguson, MCL sprain. Ferguson could miss some time, but the good news is, the good news is not an ACL tear or anything like that. Bone bruise and MCL sprain for Jake Ferguson. So 2 different injuries really, and the bone bruise in itself is, somewhat dangerous to the integrity of the knee on top of the bone bruise. So I imagine he will be out 3 or 4 weeks. Whereas it was very clean in just an MCL for Jordan Love. ACL was intact, no meniscus tear. Ferguson's is a little bit more messy, and he's also, I would say a different type of player, obviously, that's going to, I think, have a lot more impact to the knee, and there's concern, playing the position that he plays, blocking, planting, getting hit, a lot more. So there's that. All right, let's get into the super chats. Christian McCaffrey again is out for week number 1. That is awful. The Monday Night Football game. I'll keep this on screen here. McCaffrey is out. I'll even put, because people come in and say, is he out? I mean, I have it on screen, especially when people say that. So let me do this. Because I don't know that anybody's gonna. I think we need to make this clear. Christian McCaffrey out. There. Now it's crystal clear. Out for week number 1 against the Jets. Hopefully Miss Smitty made the switch. Did you get it in time? Did you get the switch? No big deal. All right, I'm going to dominate her work league in every facet, from fantasy football aspect to the pick'ems. We're 13-2 on the pick'ems this week. Just smashing it. Let's make it 14-2 in Miss Smitty's work league. Let's do it.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Super chats, appreciate you all. Let me put this over on that. I'm trying to keep this thing organized today, but the Christian McCaffrey news got me all jostled around. All right, we got super chats. $20 haulers get immediate attention. Sebastian coming in with a $20 hauler. Sebastian, appreciate you. I'll answer the other ones in order in which to receive. Sebastian says, hey, Smitty, need help in my 12-team.5 tight end premium. My team is Lamar, Pacheco, Jefferson, MHJ, Evans, Ingram, Zamir, Mostert, BT, JD5, Benson, Shaheed Dowdle. I have trade offer on the table, MHJ for Ramondre and Jameson. I would take Ramondre and Jameson, and this is coming from a huge MHJ fan. Okay, I love MHJ. He's a buy low. He's a fantastic buy low. But these are 2 very good players that you're getting. And as much as I would want to buy MHJ on every level, this is a guy willing to spend a pretty big amount. Chad, are we in agreement there that this is a good deal? Take Ramondre, who's a potential top 6 to 10 running back, if they continue to use him the way that, we kind of said this all offseason. There's a real potential that he would be the number 1 wide receiver for his team. So this is fantastic, my guy. I think I would totally jump on this. Guys, let me know what you think in the chat if we're taking this deal or not. I'm pretty sure the chat's going to agree to triple stamp a double stamp on this one, Sebastian. And thank you for the 20. I'm going to give you a Saturn,
To Saturn.
a Mars,
To Mars.
A moonshot. Appreciate you for your $20 holler. My mang. Mac says Mike Williams for Garendo. Yeah, I don't care about Mike Williams, bro. He might have a good game or two. You never know, but I'd rather just. You never know, but Garendo could be worthless. You know what I mean? Like you're taking a gamble there because Garendo's 1 degree away. He's not even the backup. But like if you got Christian McCaffrey, then yeah, I probably would. Got Cooper Kupp late in the 4th. Where'd you hear that news? What made you draft Cooper Kupp this year, pal?
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars men.
Let him cook.
My studio is a mess. I got a toolbox here. I've got a drum. I've got boxes. I've got everything all over the floor. I almost fall just getting up. Got Cooper late in the 4th. Smash it. Do it live, Romario. Appreciate you doing it live with us every single day, pal. You rock. This one's from Jared. Jared, appreciate you. Big week. Any moves I can make. 2 flex, 2 12-man league. Mahomes, Kyron. She said she got the switch in. Miss Smitty got the switch in. We're going with the Jets. Any moves I can make. 2 flex, 12 team PPR. Mahomes, Kyron, Aaron Jones. I'm trading Aaron Jones in the high. JJ, love it. Worthy, love it. Devonta Smith, love it. Diggs, I'm really liking Diggs right now, but Aaron Jones and Diggs together might get you something solid. You can maybe trade for a doubted St. Brown, a doubted Jamar Chase. I try for both of those. Diggs and Aaron Jones should get you St. Brown right now, or Jamar Chase. That's what I'm doing. That's the move. I haven't even read the rest of this. Let's see here. Jalen Wright, JT, and Jamar are on the trade block. There you go, bro. That's it. You get Wright thrown into that, then boom. I didn't even see you had that written yet either. Pick one to roster, Watson or JMO. Like, what are you talking about? JF21. JMO just became a top 15, top 12 overall wide receiver potentially. You got to smash that. Like JMO by a country mile, and it's not even close, bro. I like Watson, but he just lost his QB maybe for 3 to 4. I know I just said I could see him coming back early, but my guy Watson's not even in the same stratosphere. Kupp Supernova confirmed. Let's go 10 toes. Appreciate you. Kupp is out of this world. Out of this world. Mars man extraordinaire.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
Got him.
Cooper Kupp doing it live. Saving lives here. We're saving lives. Trade Olave for Puka. No, bro. Puka, you don't know how long Puka is going to be out. No, absolutely not. Olave, at least, his team scored a bunch of touchdowns. I know he didn't get a look, but it was 1 week. Absolutely not. You don't know what in the hell's going on with Puka Nacua. He could be out for a half a season. He could get shut down for the year later when they go, they find out what's going on. Like, this is early stages of taking a look at this PCL. Trading Devontae Adams. You mean Devontae Adams, not Devonta, because this is Devonta Smith. So we have the name for Devontae Adams and the name for Devonta Smith, and so I don't really know which one, but I'm going to assume it's Adams. Devontae Adams, Najee Harris for MHJ Jordan Mason. I'm assuming you've got CMC. If you don't, I'll just say that, okay, I'm probably taking, man, I don't know. Chad, I'm buying MHJ like crazy, but do we like Adams and Najee more? I'm going to say give me MHJ. You can say that I'm off my rocker, but I'm curious to know what the chat thinks, and if the chat overwhelmingly outrules me, I would consider what the chat's saying to be safe, but I still love MHJ. I could care less what people think. He got a 90+% route participation in this week 1. There's just no way around this guy being a monster. It was 1 week. Allen, Henry, Stevenson, Pollard, Rico, Davis, JJ, London, Ridley, Worthy, Rome. MHJ. Most people are saying MHJ. There's a couple Adams, though. Schultz have PPR trade suggestions. I mean, Henry, like, why are we drafting Henry, bro? Why did we draft Henry? Why did we do it? Rome's hurt now. Rome Odunze's hurt. Pollard, I would trade Pollard and Henry. Pollard and Rico. Rico and Henry. Try and get out of that situation. I'm trying to go get Kyren is my main objective. If I've got to throw in somebody, I would. Would I trade Pollard and Worthy for Kyren? Would I trade Pollard and Worthy for an injured Achane? Yeah, I would. I'd try not to get rid of Worthy, though. I'd trade Henry and Ridley. Henry and Rome. I know he's injured, but maybe someone still takes him. Henry and Pollard for Kyren or Achane. Pacheco, maybe even in some way. Rock out. Do you think Debo has a day? I do. I have him as my any touchdown. You know, if I could pick anybody to have a touchdown, I think Breece Hall and Debo are my picks on each side of the ball. Jack, appreciate you. Should I drop Corum and Benson for Mason? Corum and Benson for Mason. The thing is, bro, the odds are McCaffrey's returning. It's not like we have any word that McCaffrey tore something or made it worse practicing. So I think this is tough. You know, I would probably say I'd rather have the cuffs for my players, unless you can use Mason right now, which I don't think you can, unless you have Christian McCaffrey. Then you need him, but you've already started all your players, I imagine. CMC out Monday night. Sorry, let me update this down below. I would say maybe cut Benson for Mason. That's it. I'm not cutting Corum, though. Cut Benson. But keep an eye on him because he's a league winner, bro. I mean, you're talking about 3 league winners if they get in there. Traded J-Mo for Dell. Also, Ronnie Rivers might be the backup to Corum, like at the moment, it seems. You know, cuffing all 3, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to do it in any leagues where I've got him. But I don't know that's useful for people that have Ronnie Rivers that don't have Kyren, though. But if you have Kyren, it's not a bad idea. Traded J-Mo for Dell. I take Dell over J-Mo, but it is actually pretty close because J-Mo is looking fantastic. And keep in mind, J-Mo, if St. Brown wasn't on that roster, he could easily be the team's number 1. He's not a poor man's version. He's not like a Pittman, who's not a real one. And I've said that over and over. Guy disappeared yesterday. Not saying Pittman can't have a good year, but Pittman's not a number 1. A.D. Mitchell is going to likely be the number 1 in Indy. Give him a little time. A.D. Mitchell had 2 touchdowns and 100 yards yesterday if AR5 didn't overthrow him on both of the throws. So it would have been a 25-point week for A.D. Mitchell, and we would have been talking about him like we were talking about Worthy. A.D. Mitchell was worthy. I swear, I called that right, and for some reason the universe didn't want it to work out that way. A.D. Mitchell was worthy. In week number 1, A.D. Mitchell was going to have 100 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. It was literally this far away from happening. And the whole world will be racing to the waiver wire, making him the absolute number 1 consensus wide receiver to grab. He still is mine. Whittington and Robinson now become top options. You could even throw Johnson up even higher now.
Motion detected at the front door.
Ziggy, show me the front door.
Okay.
Miss Smitty's bringing home some loaded baked potatoes. Who is that at our front door? Ziggy off. PPR up 59. Dude has Purdy, Debo, Kittle. Will I win? I think you will. I think it's going to be a really, really rough game for Brock Purdy. You never know, though. You never know. Hey, Smitty, can I quickly drop Chase Brown for Garendo? Look, Garendo's not the starter, bro. You know, Mason is, so I don't like this. You're knee-jerk reacting on Chase Brown. Chase Brown had one game. I'm not saying not to pick up Garendo, but it's not like you're dropping him for Mason. You're dropping him for the backup of the backup. So especially if you have CMC, then it's different. But and I don't know that I would do it necessarily. See if your league allows you to drop your kicker that's already played. Sometimes you can do that to pick up Grendo. Forgot I sent Evans and Ramondre for Kyren before week 1. And my league mate just accepted it. That's a rookie mistake to leave trade offers up though, walking in and stuff. But Alex, Evans and Ramondre for Kyren. I mean, that could still work out, bro. I don't know that I'd be. I mean, I like Evans, but he's very old. He could get hurt by week 4. If I owned Evans, I'd be selling him off of that game. Now, granted, you did not get the value you should get. I'll say that I think it could work for you. But I think that you screwed up in that coming out of week 1, these guys doubled in value to the people that were potentially looking to acquire them. So you did misstep very badly in not getting more. That guy took you to the cleaners fair market value wise. Do I think that would I rather have Kyren? Yes, but that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. JJ and MHJ and Patty for Richardson, Reed, and Kupp. JJ, MHJ, and Patty Mahomes for Richardson, Reed, Kupp. Give me JJ, MHJ, and Patty by a mile. Look, Patty Mahomes, what are we doing? What are we doing back there? Game starts in 29 minutes. What are we doing with that? Why are we valuing Patrick Mahomes like he's not the number 1 or number 2 or number 3 QB in fantasy? Please start the Saturn League. I'll pay money. Please start a Saturn League. John, I don't know, John. Appreciate your super chat. Max, appreciate you. Bijan for Gibbs and Keenan. No. Keenan, no way. No way. What are you nervous about? Bijan for Gibbs. Nervous after 70. Bijan was used heavily in that game. Bijan's usage indicates he's a top 5 running back, locked and loaded. Nothing should concern you about Bijan's week 1. Nothing. We are, it's the Steelers D. Everyone's judging. We're all judging, including me, Cousins a little harshly. Am I worried about Cousins? A little bit. But we're judging Cousins a little harshly. Man, I'm excited to see Aaron Rodgers. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Come on, man. Pick up.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey, man, it's Devontae Adams again. Call me back, bro.
In your eyes, the light that hit your eyes, incomplete your lives.
Your eyes.
Garrett Wilson and the boys.
Your eyes.
Rodgers has new toys.
Your eyes.
The lights, the heat.
Your
The
eyes.
Jets fan complete.
Your eyes.
You don't want to test Sauce Gardner's heat.
Your eyes.
I want to watch Brees Hall's quick feet.
Jets country, let's ride. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. We are obviously starting Mason over Ayuk. Yeah, I probably would. I mean, it's risky, either way you spin it. Captain with a 199, appreciate that. Smitty got offered ETN in London for CMC and Adams. ETN in London for CMC and Adams. That's a tough one because you just don't know. CMC could be out just the one game. We don't really truly know. So I would say probably I'd rather have CMC and Adams if I could weather through it. I don't know. I'd rather trade CMC for something more once he comes back. Should I smash it and run? Let go of CMC troubles? I don't know. I think you're maybe. Chat, what are we doing here? If we're him and he already drafted CMC, you made your own bed. I think trying to roll out of bed this way is potentially going to leave a mess.
Motion detected at the front door.
Ziggy, show me the front door. What in the hell's going on with the front door? What is going on? Who is at my front door? Ziggy, show me the front door.
Okay.
I mean, really, what are we doing? How many times do people come to the front door? I got the mailman. I got 4 suspicious people looking like, are they taking a package? What are we doing? Ziggy off. What are we thinking here, guys? What's everybody doing? I think you need to get more. You know, or wait. But it's a risky situation, no doubt about it. I don't know. Let's let the chat vote. What are we doing? You like London and ETN or CMC Adams? Vote on that, please. Devontae Smith for MHJ. Very even. I still lean MHJ. I do, but I like Devontae Smith a lot. He's a fantastic play moving forward. So is MHJ. MHJ's usage was through the roof. His participation, route participation percentage was through the roof. So there wasn't a lot of conversions. He's also wide open for a long touchdown that Kyler didn't see because he was scrambling. Would have changed the entire narrative. Have 2 QBs in 1 QB league, standard Hurts and Mahomes. Why do you have that, Brandon? Should I trade Hurts for Murray and Dell? Why do you have Hurts and Mahomes? Why did you do that? I don't know. Should I trade Hurts for Murray and Dell? I suppose, but I just want you to go get one better wide receiver. You should have got Cooper Kupp before the week 1 kicked off, is what you should have did. I don't know what we're doing there. Need more depth? Of course you need more depth. You drafted 2 top 3 quarterbacks. Brandon? I mean, the move's okay, but you're buying Dell totally high. Dell crapped the bed according to perception. So you should be able to get Dell cheaper. But I don't know. I like that trade actually at the end of the day. Aaron Rodgers, stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy.
You're right. Garrett Wilson and the boys. You're right. Rodgers has new toys. You're right. The lights, the heat. You're right. A Jets fan complete. You're right. You don't want to test Sauce Gardner's heat. You're right. I want to
trade Mike Evans and Ingram for Puka and Pitts. No. Puka's out 4 weeks minimum, Blake. Why are we ambulance chasing on this stream tonight? Why on earth are we chasing ambulances? Why are we wanting to walk into flames? No. No. No.
You are off for sex. You are made off for sex.
All right, prepare for take 1. All right, action.
He's a box score, Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score, Bobby. He's a box score, Bobby. He's so sloppy. Bobby.
I'm sorry to do that to super chatters, but it is what it is, you know. 10-man, any moves? Mahomes, Achane, Kyron, Kupp, St. Brown, Pitts, Dell. Any moves? How about sit back and collect checks, baby? How about that, Kai? No, there's nothing I'm doing. I'm leaving that team the way it is. You don't even have anything on the bench but Ford to trade. You know, Ford and Brooks maybe, but I like Dell. So I'm going to say stand down, let this team ride. I like the team a lot. It's a good squad. If you wanted to upgrade for whatever reason, here's a Bobby. If you wanted to upgrade for whatever reason using Brooks or Ford, Tank Dell, you could. Use Fab on Ridley or JMO. By a full load drop on JMO. Full load drop.
Initiate full load drop.
100% full load drop. Like, that's not even a question. Not even a question. As far as Ridley, I don't know, like 20 or 30%. So complete difference in desire to have that player. Neighbors against Washington next week or London against Philly. Neighbors against Washington or London against Philly. I'd probably say Neighbors is safer, but I want both of them in my lineup. They're both going to have a day, Daniel. I really think Neighbors is going to go ballistic to a degree. But I think London, I just can't sit London. He's a top 15 overall pick. And if anybody thinks London is not good because of 1 week of football, I don't know that I can help you, and I don't know that I want to. Just to be completely honest with you. I'm always transparent with you guys. And if you think London's trash after 1 week, I don't know that I have a desire to really help you because I feel like you're a lost cause. And I feel like I don't know how to speak to you. I feel like we don't have a lot in common, to be honest. $20 hauler from Matt. You get a Mars shot.
To Mars.
A moon shot.
To the moon.
And a Saturn shot.
To Saturn.
It's my boy. Hey, Smitty, my team is Josh Allen, Achane, Pacheco, Rice, Garrett Wilson, Kincaid. Bench is Adunze, Benson, Corum, Chase Brown, A.D. Mitchell. Someone offered me Mahomes, Nico, and BTJ for Josh Allen, DJ Moore, and Corum. I would take... I mean, what did I do to offend you, Matt? To ask me such a question. To put my Mahomes through this kind of scrutiny. What have I done to you? Look, Josh Allen and Mahomes are, even though Josh Allen did what he did, you got those points. No one can take those points from you. Weeks 2 through 17. Does Mahomes have the capability of scoring every bit as much as Josh Allen? Yes, he does. Nico Collins crushes DJ Moore and Corum. BT crushes DJ Moore and Corum, in my opinion. So you absolutely, you get the best of both worlds. Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Why don't I have offers like that sitting in my box? What's going on there? Healing coming in with a 2. How high would you sell Kupp right now? Amon-Ra, St. Brown, AJB. Honestly, he's as good as those guys. I'm not selling him. I probably take. I don't know. I don't know that I want. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I don't know that I want anyone over Kupp unless it's Lamb. Or unless it's Tyreek Hill. I want Kupp over Jamar Chase. I probably want Kupp over St. Brown. It is what it is. This is a guy that we saw coming from a mile away. And he's earned his value right away.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
I think St. Brown's understandable. Like, I could do that. I could force myself to do that. And I wouldn't lose sleep over it. But trade MHJ, Reed, Andrews for Diggs, McBride, and Ford. MHJ, Reed, and Andrews for Diggs, McBride, and Ford. I probably would take... That's dead even. That's dead even. Guys, what side do we like on that one? MHJ, Reed, and Andrews. Reed has no Jordan Love, but it might be shorter than we think. I really do believe that. But then again, it's like MHJ is going to ball out. I know he's going to. Andrews is like, we're probably a little overreacting, I think, in general, just in terms of him being blanketed in that game. But injury prone he is. And I love Ford. I'm probably going to say, because Diggs can get injured, and I don't know, Diggs had 2 touchdowns, but his air yards were like under 20, I think. Whereas both Nico and Dell were like near the hundreds. So we're talking about like a guy that was surviving around the goal line in Diggs. He wasn't stretching the field or anything. I'm going to say MHJ side. But I'm very much trying to move Andrews into McBride in some sort of side trade and not go through with the full thing, if you know what I'm saying. Miles with a $20 hauler. You get a Mars shot.
To Mars.
Saturn.
To Saturn.
And moon.
To the moon.
Appreciate you, my guy. $20 haulers in this, confined setting where we got to answer these questions as fast as we can. I got to give you that for your $20 hauler, which I think is a very acceptable situation. 12-team half PPR: Gibbs, Achane, Kupp, Dell, Richardson, Kincaid, Reed, Coleman, Wright, Chase Brown. I still like Chase Brown. I understand that there's some There's some, like, maybe we're waiting on him. Maybe he doesn't do anything till midseason. But, he was never supposed to be somebody you're starting with confidence. It was somebody that you're putting on your bench. And I think everybody's asking me today, do I drop Chase Brown? Do I drop Trace Brown? It's just like, what were you expecting? Were you expecting that he 100%, no matter what, like he was an enigma, and he still is, and he still could be electric. He could still be league winning. Are we giving up on somebody because of 1 week? And even though we know that there's a little ambiguity to his situation in the beginning of the season. Blake Corum, rate your team. I love your team. I mean, this team's phenomenal. Dell's going to bounce back. Richardson's an absolute monster.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
Did anybody see that 50-yard bomb that Richardson threw off his back leg? Just launched it like a potato launcher. Just launched this thing. Rainbow. 50-yard rainbow off his back foot. Legend has it he hit the scoreboard. This team is very good. I'm holding. I'm waiting. There's nothing on the bench to trade unless someone needs Fields. You got something there. I'd be open-minded to hear what Reed and Fields could get in an upgrade. I guess I would try and trade Reed for like St. Brown somehow, like Chase Brown, and maybe they need Fields or something like that. Like I don't know how else you could get it done, to be honest. Though, looking at the team, probably just gonna wait on Kincaid. Don't trade Dell on the low. Don't trade Kupp. I'm gonna say wait on that. Hold.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Hold. Where are we at? Alex, $9.99. Appreciate your $10 hauler, pal. What's up, Smitty?
To the moon.
Lost a tough one, but check out my squad: Kyler, Achane, Kyron, St. Brown, Kupp, Ferguson, Devontae. Wow, yeah. How'd you lose? My team is named Moonmen. Also, AR5 or JD5. I think you got to start AR5 right now, bro. He's literally, arguably in the top 1 to 5 quarterback conversation, just like we expected. He's just a phenomenal athlete. Trade Worthy and Rashad White for Achane. Yeah, I would. I love Worthy, but I would do that. Thoughts on Amon-Ra and Jacobs for Kupp and Henry and Monty? Yeah, I would probably do that, and then I flip Henry. Just because Monty and Jacobs are pretty arguable, bro. And so are Amon-Ra and Kupp, and you get Henry, and I just flip Henry. But I am trying to trade Henry immediately. And if you can't get rid of him for a decent haul, wait a week, hopefully punches in 2 touchdowns and 50 yards, and everyone's like, oh yeah, he's, and you can get rid of him. Should I trade Adams as my number 1 wide receiver for Worthy and Blake Corum? That's selling low, bro, coming out of 1 week. I'm not saying I believed in Adams, but you did, and you spent the capital on him. So I like the idea of getting Worthy, but you got to get something better than that, my guy. Just off the perception and the fair market value. I'm all about getting your guy, but you keep making moves like that, you eventually get the rug pulled out from under you. Smitty just lost CMC with 10 points needed for the win. Well, good thing you can put in Mason, right? Because how, Mano, do you not have Mason? Half PPR opponent snagged Grendo before I could. Do I do Lazard or Conklin? I guess Conklin, bro. Conklin, Chad, do we agree, Conklin? Man, that's brutal. Is Braylon Allen available? Maybe he gets a touchdown. Hurts, Chase, Waddle, Dell, Worthy, BT, Coleman, Gibbs, Najee, Spears, Dowdle, McBride. Need running back help. We're trying to move Waddle. Any ideas? Waddle for, I'm trying to buy Jamar Chase. I'm trying to buy St. Brown cheap. I'm trying to buy those guys, and I realize that you're not going to be able to do that with Waddle, maybe straight up, but St. Brown had such a bad day. Waddle did so well. I bet St. Brown's not far. I bet Chase isn't that far. I wish Dowdle did something. I doubted he would. I doubt he'll do anything again. So, I don't know. I guess, Deontay, I wish you could sell him, but you can't sell him. You got Chase already. Damn it. Kyron Pacheco Achane. Kyron Pacheco Achane. Remember Cooper Kupp? Remember all the times we said, go get Cooper Kupp, trade Higgins and Rachaad White, go get Cooper Kupp. Trade Higgins and this player, go get Cooper Kupp. How many lives did we save on the days and days leading into kickoff? How many lives did we save on the Cooper Kupp trade situations? I mean, how many? I like this team, but try for those guys. That's the only thing I can think of right now for your team. Your team definitely can wait until we get through. Check out the Buy Low show too, but we get through this week here on Monday night, and we'll have a little bit more information, some feel on some players, some injury updates like Walker, etc. My QB love went down, and need to pick up a QB option. Darnold, Fields, Minshew, Watson, Carr. Carr feels like fool's gold, bro. I'm going to go Fields. Now, obviously, you got to monitor that situation. Hopefully, Russell Wilson's also available if that backfires or whatever. But Dante, appreciate you with this squad. Suggestions, you got H.M. Monty. You got Josh Allen. Very, very good team. I'm trading Dowdle if I can. I don't think you can trade him anymore. But Lamb, Devontae Smith, Worthy. Nothing to do here, bro. You got no real depth. No offense. It's not a bad thing because you're stacked to the rafters in your lineup. So I'm letting this team play out. Don't panic on McBride or any of your guys that struggle, bro. Your team is absolutely going to go bonkers. I'd keep that intact. That's a really good squad. Hurts, Walker, Achane, London. It's a good team. Stevenson. You got some trade potential. You got London and Jamison Williams. Very good squad. I'd keep Stevenson just the same because he's your flex. I mean, you move him around, you're just plugging one hole in the ship and then creating another hole potentially. So you could move Stevenson or just keep him. I think you got a good team. The only thing that would make me say you got to get a running back probably if you trade him is because Walker's kind of banged up right now. If Charbonnet's out there, go get Charbonnet. But past that, I'd say stand down. I really do like the squad. Got offered Likely and Benson for Zamir White and Josh Downs. Well, you better take that if you like winning. You better take that because Likely's worth a ton, and yeah, you got to do that. 2023 JJ hurt. Now 2024 Puka hurt. Should I quit? My luck might be done. Sorry, Rock Out. Yeah, but you play in a lot of leagues. That's one league, bro. Drop Spears. Chase Brown, Benson, Wright, none are cuffs. I'm probably dropping Spears right now for Likely. I want A.D. Mitchell too, though, bro. But I guess in that situation, you're not dropping Wright. You're dropping Spears. I don't know. Drop your kicker and then try and make a trade tonight. Tonight is officially Debo night. I don't disagree with you. And on Underdog Fantasy, let me see if I can do a Underdog high or low right now. Let's see here. So they got a 20% boost available, and you can use that. So I'm going to go with the Breece Hall. The Breece Hall, 62 yards higher. I'm going to go with the Garrett Wilson, 68 higher. I'm going to go with the... Let's see here. Jawan Jennings, lower than 21.5. I'm going to do a lower. I don't do a lot of lowers. I'm going to go with a good old... What was the one we're looking at? Debo. Deebo Samuel. I have the anytime touchdown. Jordan Mason, 62 rushing yards. I mean, there's a chance he doesn't get that against the Jets. I mean, Brock Purdy, 248.5 total yards. Did we go under on that? Maybe we go under on that. 248.5 under on Brock Purdy. Deebo Samuel, touchdown. I'll go 52 yards receiving higher on that. So on this one, I think the max I can do is $10 because I used the 20% boost. $10 will get me 102. Let me screenshot this high or low right here and put it on the screen for you so you guys can follow along. I don't know how comfortable I feel with this particular grouping, just so you know. I don't want anybody to go break the bank on this one. Always use your responsible judgment anyway. But I'm just spitballing this right now on Underdog Fantasy. I'll put it on screen here. Remember, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $1,000, 50% of it. So if you do a $10 minimum, they'll give you $5. If you do $500, they'll give you $250, etc. So make sure you use the link that's in the live chat pinned. And this is the one that I just dropped. Hopefully we land this one. It's just a small little one. So every $10 will get you $100. So if I put $20 or I put $10 on this one, I couldn't go higher because I used the boost on it. And when you use the boost, the max you can do is a $10 one. But I usually do like a $20 or a $50 one, or $20 ones are kind of nice. Laporta, what's this one? B Train says MPJ and Najee for Laporta. Michael Pittman Jr. and Najee for Laporta. I'd take Laporta. I'm not a huge fan of Michael Pittman Jr. So here are the picks for this game. Underdog Fantasy. I'm gonna put the link in the live chat right now. Let me see. Play Underdog Fantasy right now. Here is the link. Again, they'll match your first deposit 50%. I'm going to pin the link right now. Oh, the link's already pinned. Okay. So if you want to partake in these, higher Breece Hall 62.5, Garrett Wilson 68.5 higher, Juwan Jennings lower 21.5, Brock Purdy lower than 248.5 total yards, rushing and receiving, or rushing and passing. Deebo over 52.5 yards. I feel like those are pretty good ones. Ozzy, give me the Laporta side. Espinoza lost this week, but should I make any moves? Dak, Kyron, Jacobs, Amon-Ra. It's a good squad. I'd sell Godwin high. I'd sell JK and Godwin for an Achane, a Kyron, St. Brown. I sell Godwin for MHJ. I throw Ladd and Godwin together for MHJ. I probably sell J.K. Dobbins and Ladd for MHJ. So there's a couple ideas for you, pal. Appreciate you. B for 3. What's up, Smitty? 10-man, Hurts, Chase, Waddle, Dell. We're trying to move Waddle. I think I already answered this one, right? Yeah, Waddle or I answered one like it. Waddle for St. Brown, Waddle for Jamar Chase. But you already had Chase. That's right. I already answered this one. So Waddle for St. Brown, throwing in Dowdle, throwing in Spears, I just don't think you're going to get done. Maybe Najee and Waddle for Bijan, coming off his, what a panic game for Bijan. Everybody's panicking. I mean, you could technically be a CMC potential trader too. I'm being offered Chase Brown for Jordan Mason. He needs him tonight. Honestly, I would hold Mason over his head. Of course he needs him. Make him pay, bro. No. The answer is no. Chase Brown didn't do anything enough to earn that right now. I'm not saying cut him if you own him, but I'm not saying to go trade for him at that value. Of course this guy wants Jordan Mason. Don't do that. Don't hand him an easy victory. Make him overpay. Take all his fab too. Say, give me all your fab. Every dollar of your fab if you can trade that. Every single dollar. Don't want it? Too bad. Need 5 points. PPR, Garrett Wilson or Mason. Come on, bro. Ozzy, we're going Garrett Wilson. I like Mason. I mean, anything can happen. Guys, am I wrong? Should I be saying it like that? Like, Garrett Wilson over Mason like it's a ridiculous question, or you got to go Garrett Wilson, though. Smitty, I send you my 2 years of memberships. Check. Smitty, I send you my 2 years of membership. Check. I don't know what that means, Melvin. I love you, pal, but I don't know what that means. I feel like we're talking a different language there. Hey, Smitty, quick one. I'm up 29 points. My opponent has Brees, and I have San Francisco kicker Moody. With this news of CNC, do I drop my kicker and grab Grendo and stash, or not worth it? I don't know. We don't, like, here's the thing. We got to be careful. Grendo by himself isn't that attractive. I'm not saying I wouldn't consider it in a deep, deep league, but, like, CMC could be back next week. So I guess, you know, you're up 29. Your opponent has Brees. Brees could do this. I don't think you're playing with fire, bro. Don't take your kicker out. You're only up 29. You never know what Brees does in this game. Hey, Smitty, my team is Hurts, Mixon, Jameer, A.J. Brown, Debo, Andrews, Flowers. Bench is Godwin, Najee, Warren, Chase Brown, J-Mo. Any moves? Look, Mixon's balling out. I'd be disrespecting him by saying get rid of him. But I would be entertaining Mixon and Flowers for like Bijan, for Kyron, Achane. Yes, I would. I'm sorry. I would. Godwin and Mixon. Do it live. Flowers and Mixon. I give up Mixon, Flowers, and Godwin for Bijan. You know, I give that up. I give up at least 2 of those for Kyron or Achane. I'm not scared at all to make bold moves. And I also go after MHJ. Every single one of you out there, go after MHJ in a deal. Being offered Marvin Harrison Jr. I didn't even see this. It's so ironic. And Mostert for Worthy. Yes, take that. I love Worthy, but I mean, well, I don't know. Chat, do we take Worthy over MHJ? Hold on. Don't hit the button yet. Guy probably already went. You know what? Maybe Worthy's safer. I love MHJ though. I love him, but Worthy is damn good. Maybe we say Worthy. Mostert's injured right now too. Like that, we don't know how his chest is or whatever. We got a lot of MHJ. I guess MHJ is a little safer. I know that sounds crazy because MHJ did what he did, but I look. Should I trade Puka for Drake London? Yes. Come on, man. Puka's out at least 4 games. Of course you take Drake London. Trade Diggs and Jacobs for Pacheco, forever Barkley. Wasn't that? Is that just you signing off forever Barkley? What are we adding there? Forever Barkley. What's that mean? Trade Diggs and Jacobs for Pacheco. I think that's a lot to give up. I think Jacobs is not. As far as I know, Jacobs did not get abducted by aliens over the last 24 hours. I would say that's too much. Castro, trading CMC, Andrews, and Devontae Smith for Gibbs, Chase, and of course you are. Yes, do that trade. If you like winning, do that trade. Go get the Chase side. Niners, -4. Purdy, 236 plus. Debo, 75 plus. Debo, TD, 1,400 with a boost. We play underdog, pal. Trade Waddle for London. I think I'd rather have Waddle by a hair. But I still love London. I still love him. London's a beast. I could get behind either side, to be honest with you, bro. I truly could. All right, kickoff is almost here. Christian McCaffrey's out. I don't know that I have McCaffrey. I got to see where I have McCaffrey. Do I have McCaffrey anywhere? I got to find out if I got to bench him somewhere. I've got 15,000 damn leagues. And I just don't know where to even look. And they're across all platforms. Christian McCaffrey. I think I traded him in every league. But I might have Mason somewhere, but I don't know that I have a spot even available to put Mason. I can't do it. This is why I can't even manage leagues anymore. I need to cut back to like one league because I'm working, during kickoff. I'm working during breaking news. I'm sitting here trying to provide the best. Look at Jordan Mason getting his spotlight. I have a feeling this could be a a pretty decent game for him, but at the same time, this is a tough D. So these are my hires and lowers for tonight's game. You can do this as well. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. That link is in the live chat pinned. It's also in the description of every video. Code Smitty also gets it done. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% up to $1,000. So you drop $2,000, they'll give you $1,000. If you drop the minimum of $10, because you don't need to do a lot, they'll give you $5. Should I drop Eckler for Jordan Mason? I mean, yeah, I would, for sure. For sure. My mang. Let me see if I can find, like, Miss Smitty's league. I could probably pick up Mason. I bet you no one's picked him up. But I just don't know if I'm going to need him. Let me see here. I got Jordan Mason in this league. I've got Debo and Garrett Wilson going, so I can't even put Mason in. I think Miss Smitty's is on Yahoo. I'll go to Yahoo. And let me just see if Jordan Mason can even be picked up on this team. I don't think I can start him. I've got, my whole lineup is gone. I don't know. I don't think I can pick him up in those leagues. I'm playing a league with very shallow benches, and I don't want to drop the cuffs that I have. Just to make sure everybody's fully aware, there's no guarantee that this thing lingers out of week 1 and McCaffrey misses week 2, week 3, week 4. This is just potentially precautionary, just to make sure they don't screw up the entire season, and they take a educated guess that they can try and win this game about the same, near the same amount of odds of winning it in their mind, at least. And they're like, we can do it. We can do this. We can put Mason in there. We can get good production. I don't think it works. I think the Jets win this game now. I think the Jets, because Ayuk is limited. Trent Williams has been holding out all offseason, and now he's coming back cold turkey. Even if he gets a full count, I think Ayuk being limited, Debo being asked to do almost too much. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate every single one of you. I'll be back after the game to do a wrap-up show. Good luck to every one of you. Real quickly, these final super chats. Sent Mason for Ridley to the McCaffrey owner. I mean, I like Ridley still. I'm not going to judge him too harshly after 1 week, but it depends. If you can't use Ridley, then I don't know that I send it. Like, I almost want to hold him over that owner's head even more. Drop Dowdle for Braylon Allen to see what happens. Yeah, I of course would. I don't like Dowdle. Just got offered CMC in London for my Achane. My Archan. Purdy and Olave. CMC in London for Achane, Purdy, and Olave. I'm not trading Achane for CMC right now. We don't know what's going on. I mean, trading for injured players, especially ones that are being deemed out, like last second with a calf Achilles that's 28 years old. It seems like it's going to be a great buy low, but it's kind of bad process, bro, to go buying an injured player, to this severity of an injury, this crazy of an injury, to be ruled out last second. Need 50 points from Debo, please, says Hoovie. All right, guys, I'll see you all after the game. Appreciate every single one of you. We'll do a recap show after the game. Probably do Panic Chamber. And you can bet your bottom dollar Panic Chamber will be led off with Christian McCaffrey. That's for sure. And I'll put up a placeholder, and you guys can congregate in the live chat. I'll put that up now, actually. So the post-game show will be Panic Chamber, Christian McCaffrey. Look for it. Putting it up right now. Appreciate all you. Good luck if you got players playing. Come on, man. Pick up.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey, man, it's Devontae Adams again.
Call me back, bro.
Brees Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Brees. He's Brees.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Brees Hall, please report to the moon.
He does a hell of a job.
There you go, DeBolt.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.